Let's just start with a statement that probably feels, well, completely backward. Impatience is a holy energy. I mean, come on. Most of us think of impatience as a flaw, right? It's that frustrating feeling we're supposed to get rid of. But what if that's not the whole story? What if that restless, urgent feeling we all know so well is actually pointing us towards something sacred?
Okay, so that's what we're going to dive into. We're going to explore what I'm calling the impatience paradox. We're going to look at how we can maybe transform this raw, frustrating emotion, the source of so much of our daily stress, into a kind of holy fire, a powerful, sacred energy for connection and real purpose.
So first up, we have to diagnose the problem. Let's call these the 10 impatient commandments. And as I go through them, I just want you to notice how many of them feel a little too familiar. Think of it as a quick checkup on our modern condition.
The first two, yeah, they hit hard. Number one is that constant attempt to bend time to our will, to speed up things that have their own rhythm. And number two, that's our jump to fix everything, a problem, a person, long before it's actually ready. It's really just an urge to soothe our own discomfort with the process. Commandment 3, this is basically the altar we all worship at these days, isn't it? If it's not instant, it's irrelevant. And of course, this feeds right into number 4. The moment an obstacle shows up, our go-to response isn't patience, it's frustration. We treat any little delay like it's a personal attack.
And just look at how these two work together. We're always forsaking the present moment for some imagined future, so we're never actually here. And while we're staring at the horizon, we're also glancing sideways, constantly comparing our progress to everybody else's. It's just a perfect recipe for feeling like you're never enough.
Number 7. That's the anthem of hustle culture, right? Rest is for the weak, grind till you drop. And number 8 hits on something way deeper, our absolute terror of not knowing. We demand answers, we need certainty, because any kind of mystery feels like we're losing control.
And we finish with 2 really heavy ones. First, that lonely, crushing belief that it's all up to you, that you and you alone are responsible for making everything happen on time. And finally, the great delusion of our age, mistaking the feeling of being busy and rushed with the feeling of having a true purpose. So, sound it all familiar?
All right, now that we've kind of diagnosed the condition, let's bring in a sacred counterpoint. We're going to see how some incredibly ancient wisdom speaks directly to this very, very modern problem of ours.
So here's the first clash. Our modern commandment is to rush everything. But this ancient wisdom from Ecclesiastes, it suggests a totally different reality. It says that everything has a natural, divine rhythm. It's a direct challenge to this idea that our willpower should be in charge of the clock.
This contrast really shows the difference between a knee-jerk reaction and actual wisdom. Our impulse is to get angry, to lash out when we're delayed. But the scripture here suggests something profound. Being quick to anger isn't a sign of strength, it's a sign of foolishness. Real strength is in that pause, in that restraint.
And this one is so crucial. Our commandment is to reject mystery, to reject anything we can't figure out or control. But Proverbs suggests that real wisdom isn't about having all the answers. It's about having enough trust to move forward without them. That is a complete 180-degree turn from leaning on our own understanding to surrendering to something bigger.
Okay, so we've seen the problem, and we've seen a counterpoint. Now we get to the most important part. Let's call it the alchemy. This is where we start to reframe that impatient energy, and we begin to see it not as a flaw to be fixed, but as a sacred strength that's just been misdirected. So what if impatience isn't really about wanting things faster? What if it's the cry of a heart that's longing for wholeness? Or a soul that, on some deep level, remembers a divine order and is frustrated by the chaos? Or a mind that just craves alignment with what's true? See, from this angle, it's not a character flaw at all. It's more like a spiritual homing signal.
And this, right here, is the great reframing. That restless fire you feel inside you, it's not meant to be spent trying to control your schedule or other people. Its true purpose is to be a holy fire, an urgent, passionate longing for connection with the divine. It's the very energy you're meant to use to seek God, not to manage outcomes.
And this powerful energy isn't just for you. It totally changes how we relate to other people too. The idea is to turn that same intense fire outward, not as a tool of control, but as a source of compassion. This means you start releasing your timeline for other people, honoring their unique pace, and loving their journey of becoming as much as you love your own. So, to kind of wrap this idea up,
Impatience is redeemed when we finally see it for what it truly is. It's just care that has been misaligned. It's a deep, powerful desire to care, but it's been focused on the wrong things, like control and timing. When we bring that energy into the light, it becomes a holy fire, calling us to care rightly, with devotion, with gentleness, and with compassion.
Now, understanding this is one thing, but how do we actually live it? That brings us to our final section, a practice we can call the path of soft living. It's about embodying this whole new way of being present in the world.
Let's close with a sort of meditation that really captures this spirit. I'm just going to read it slowly, and I invite you to just take it in. It begins with this beautiful act of surrender, of finally letting go of the hardness, the endless striving, and those tightly clenched fists of control. The next lines completely reframe what soft really means. You see, this isn't about weakness. It's a powerful kind of reverence. It's not about avoiding life's challenges, but about moving through life with a deep and profound sense of trust.
And here, the focus shifts to our own perception. It becomes a call to value the pause just as much as we value the motion. It's about learning to find the sacred, not just in the big, flashy finish line, but in every single gentle step we take along the way.
And it concludes with this incredible image, a garden. Not something you can force to grow, but something that grows slowly, that blooms in its proper season, nourished by stillness and sun. The goal is for our very presence, our way of being, to become a sanctuary, a healing balm for ourselves and for everyone around us.
So we end right where we began, but the question is completely changed. It's no longer, how can I get rid of this urgency? Instead, the question is, how will you bless it? How will you take that holy, fiery energy and transform it into a force for connection, for compassion, and for presence, starting today?